All right, hello. We had a request for a actual real-time plan with me session. So here we are. Daddy has the kids right now. He is doing dinner. So I am opening up my planner, and actually I am planning my week. I am planning my Monday, which I know Monday's mostly over at this point. Sun is going down and everything, but this is reality, and our planner loves reality. That's the thing. So I've got my November spread open, and I am going to look at this. I'm going to also look at my December. So right now Sunday is over, and today is a Cyber Monday, which, by the way, this is your last chance for 15% off store-wide. Super exciting. So I've got my clip here, and I'm going to now clip it to December since we're super close. And I'm going to pull that there. And we've got now my month clipped for December, so I'll be able to look at what's coming up here. So I've got my week for this week clipped to December now. But let me flip back down to November, because you can see I've got my quarterly goals here. And I'm going to work to keep all of this within frame for you. So I start by taking my week and adding the dates to it. So Sunday was the 28th. Very simple. And December starts on Wednesday. So a lot of times I'll write that. December, what month is starting. Yay, December. Okay, so I've got that. I've got this column here for Evergreen Planner. I'm going to have, and a lot of times my columns will reflect kind of what my goals are. So I've got Evergreen Planner, and I have Cozy Christmas. I'm going to put that on there. And let's see, what else? I've got some things I need to hook up with Kyle on with another project that I've got going on. So I'm going to put here Kyle, because we are working a lot together this week, and I want to make sure that I have clarity on his schedule so we can sync up a lot. We are wrapping up a project and starting in on another one together this week. So here we go. I've got my running lists here that are going to help me, just kind of clipped in there. And I've already removed the Dutch door edges from my day pages here. So you see I've got this day page, and this allows me to see my day in context of my week. I've already got those removed, but I have this first one flipped right there and just taped down, and I have my running list just tucked in there. So I tend to do that. So my goals, I'm going to put goals here, because this is where I like to keep my week goals always in view. Forgive my handwriting, because I'm doing this kind of on camera. My handwriting's not going to be the best, but that's fine. All right, so what do I have going on? I've got the first thing I see in my from my month view is two things happening this week, so I need to write those down here. Got on Thursday an appointment, and then I have a ceremony on Friday. I know that I have church, so I just kind of fill in everything that's going on. I always have a chiropractor appointments on these days. Okay, so that just kind of gives me that structure for my week, which is just crazy helpful. Of course, today is Cyber Monday, and what was planned was basically what I've been doing all day, which is why I haven't planned my week or my day, was because I knew that besides normal daily living, jumping on an Instagram was my goal for today. So, okay, I've got all of that. And now I'm going to look here again at my quarterly goals. I'm going to say, okay, I've got these 3 things that I'm focusing on. This week, what am I going to do to move the needle forward on those things? And so I've got my week goals space here that I'm going to fill out. So I want to completely wrap up Christmas shopping if possible. Or, well, I'm not going to be able to finish getting everything, but I want to have, I'm going to put something on the calendar. So, see, I'm already writing my kind of week to-do list, and sometimes I kind of just move all this stuff around as needed. So I'm going to go ahead and put my to-do list right here. And these are just going to be my running to-do list for this week, and I'll sort it in a minute. So I need to put a final Christmas shopping date on the calendar with Kyle. Okay. And then, so that's one thing I need to do. And then, so I'm looking again at my quarterly goals, and I'm saying, okay, I've got this thing that is shipping in the next couple of days. And so finish PDF. That is going to be shipping soon. And so my to-do is to sync up with Kyle about the PDF. He's doing the design. So do you see how I'm doing this back and forth? I'm looking at my quarterly goals. I'm writing down my week's goals that have to happen this week based off of my quarterly goals. And then I'm breaking those down into a running task list here. So that's what I'm doing there. Oh, and I just thought of something that I need to make sure to keep in mind. I have a live planned probably at 8 CST. We haven't nailed that down, with my friend Rachel from Boca. So that's happening tonight, and just got to keep that in mind. Okay, so now looking at this again, I have this last goal here for this quarter. And so I need to have a strategy meeting with Kyle. About my work hours, because that's a project we're working on together, and one of the ways that he's supporting me in doing that project is just making sure that he knows when he's taking care of the kids, so I can do that. This is part of just working at home together, having family businesses, multiple things actually that we're doing, multiple family businesses. This is a part of it, and so it really helps me to be able to see really what's going on. Again, have only 3 things I'm focusing on in one quarter. It's so easy to get overwhelmed with so many of these things going on. This planner helps me to really drill down into the essentials and to see when there's too much and I need to start, saying no to some things, or decluttering my task list, whatever that looks at, and really getting down to the essentials of the things that matters most. So, okay, so I've got my to-do, my week goals here, wrap up Christmas shopping, finish PDF. I'm going to look here at everything that's going on this week and see, is there anything else that I needed to do? And I do know what else I need to do. And that is a task list that I have here. I need to knock out. Yep. I have a workshop that's coming up that I need to knock out as much of that workshop as possible. So I'm going to say workshop prep. There we go. Okay, so right now my brain is going to, okay, when am I going to do this workshop prep? Because this is going to take some deep work. So automatically, I know that I have Thursdays as a day for deep work. And so I'm going to go ahead and just show that this is a day when the kids are watched for me and I go kind of out by myself and I have time. I spend some time in a coffee shop. So that's going to be my workshop prep day and finish PDF. So that's going to be a pretty extensive deep work session. So I'm going to have to plan Thursday accordingly. So I've got that. Now, tomorrow I know is Tuesday, and I'm looking at everything that I've got. Some of this is going to require sitting down with Kyle. I know that already. And so Kyle wanted to sync up tonight. So at some point we're going to have to sync up about our week schedule. And I'm going to have that as tonight. And then also I'm going to say like tomorrow too, just in case it doesn't happen tonight, because this needs to happen for the rest of my week. But see, now I know this. I know I've got to touch base with Kyle for everything that is going on. And when I touch base with him, I've already done my homework logistically. I'm not going to be just, going, well, these things have to happen. Here's my to-do list. No, I'm going to be like, here's the spaces open for everything. And let me get, a really good tap of your schedule. Cause like tonight, I know he has a meeting at 6:30. So that's important there. And so we've already arranged tonight around that, but we've got the rest of the week that we need to make sure is arranged there. So there we go. I've got all that lined out. I need to make sure that I get to finish up this gift because I have a ceremony I'm going to on Friday. So I need to finish the gift. I've got to go grab one more thing for it. And I'll do that when I'm out on Thursday. I draw a line so I know what I'm talking about because it has to do with that ceremony. But I'll be out that day so I can do that. I'm probably not going to do any Christmas shopping. So I'm going to just put an X there. Like, this is all I'm doing. This deep work session and grabbing something for that gift. So there's that. And I'm already looking at this and I'm like, man, this is going to be a busy week. So what day am I going to really try to rest? And so I'm looking at all of this and I'm thinking, I think I'm going to go ahead and take most of my rest day Tuesday and just connect with the kids. That might be difficult because of how much I have going, but I feel like that needs to happen as early as possible in the week so that the rest of the week I have that stamina. And also, since we're coming off of a cold, it just makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to set this up here as our rest day, and we're going to really just jump into cozying up together. I don't have all of our Advent stuff completely ready. And I wanted to start it in December anyway, but that's okay because we will just cuddle up together. We're reading Hans Brinker right now, cuddle up by the fire, maybe take nature walks. So that's what I'm going to do that day. And so what I'm going to do is put an X here, and that means only the stuff that's absolutely necessary is going to happen for Evergreen Planner that day. I'll check in on Voxer. I will, make sure that anything that's urgent is happening. And maybe even that evening after the kids go to bed, I could do a evening goals workbook. But but that's only if I have the energy to, because we're going to go out to town. And so everything about that day, I just want it to be slow until we get out the door. So there's that. So that means that for everything else that I have, wrapping up Christmas shopping, and I asked that question, when am I going to do that? And that is really a matter of just checking my list. I've got them elsewhere in the planner and just making sure that I've got a game plan for everything and that the game plan, just the budget and all of that. So let me see what day would work best for that. I could either do it Wednesday or Saturday. So I'm just going to write that down. Christmas shopping on both, and that way I can just, when those days come, I can look at this and just be like, okay, let me check in. Do I have time right now to check in and kind of wrap this up finally? And then, like I said, I have put this Christmas shopping date on the calendar with Kyle, and so I go crazy with the arrows here, but it really helps me to to really know where everything is and how it all connects with each other. So, yep, going crazy with the arrows. But there we go. I've got those two things connected. So my goals: wrap up with Christmas shopping, finish a PDF, and do my workshop prep. And then also I'm going to say sync up with Kyle. Put this up here too, because we really are going to need to work together to make sure the next couple of weeks flow. So that is my week plan. So now I'm going to go over to my day and just knock this out super fast. Obviously, there's not a lot of the day left, but I can write down what did happen, which is one of our 4 rules of planning. And I can go ahead and write down the targets, including what I've done today, and then anything else I need to knock out. So let me go ahead and do that now. I'm going to start my day at 8 o'clock. Just put something down for the time blocker. I did sleep in this morning, so that's part of why this is just now whenever I'm getting to sit down and do my week and daily planning. But sometimes sleep is necessary. In fact, I'm going to write that down for my self-care and say that I caught up on sleep as a victory, which is really important. In our hustle culture, it's so easy to just be focused on how much more can we produce? Go, 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 go. And forget about the fact that, we're people, and people have needs. And, it's a victory that I was able to sleep in. My husband supported me in that this morning. And since we all have colds, it's really good for my immune system anyway. So I'm going to write that down as my victory for today. I'm going to write down what we did. We had morning basket this morning. That was really sweet. We did an Advent reading, and it was just so sweet to see how the children were connecting. I asked her what they thought. I asked my kids what they thought that Jesus wanted for Christmas, and Elizabeth's answer was that he wants us, and that just meant that meant so much to me, because that was what the Advent reading was about, and that was the answer to the question, and she knew it, and it just meant the world to me. So we did our morning basket, and it was so sweet. Advent reading. We did a hymn, prayer, and that's what we did for morning basket this morning. So sweet. Okay, and then also today I'm going to write down what I did, which was to show up in Instagram stories. That was part of my job today, and I've done that. All right, so I'm looking at what else we did. I had, so we had family that kind of dropped by, and that was wonderful to connect with them. And so there was, that took up some space of time this morning. I don't know exactly how much. And then I worked basically until now. The kids have been really sweet to let me have that work time. But today was a day that was definitely catch up on work time. And so that's what I did. Now I know that I've got a live tonight. Whoops. I'm pretty sure it's at 8 on Voca Society's Instagram. And I need to be able to prepare for that. So the kids actually skipped their nap today, so I'm going to be able to put them to bed at 6:30, which that's part of why Daddy is getting the dinner together right now so that they can. So that means that that's going to give me time to finish wrapping up preparations for this live tonight. So I'm going to say prep here. And also I want to make sure to read with the kids when I put them to bed, to connect with them. So we're gonna do a lot of read alouds. I might even, if there's time, see if they want to play Magna Tiles together for 20 minutes or something. I think they will really enjoy that as a really focused connection. Daddy is connecting with them today. Right now for dinner, but I want to make sure that they've been so sweet to let me work today, and so I really want to give back to them. So I've got that there. So I'm going to say that as my second target is to connect with the kids this evening, to connect deeply with them. And what I love too is that, I know what this means. Like, I know intuitively when I connect with them, I'll be able to intuitively say, hey, what do they need right now to fill their cup? And so this planner, like, and the way that we encourage you to plan is use it in the way that makes sense. Like, you know what's going to make sense for your family, what's going to be life-giving for your family. So actually just write those things down in whatever way that makes sense. I have read with the kids as a suggestion and play, but really my goal is to connect with them. So whatever that looks like, I'm going to be there for it. And I'm not going to put my pressure on myself to like make it look any specific way. I didn't have like baked cookies with them tonight because that would be squeezing in too much. It's really about connecting with them. Okay, so my last one is going to be this live. And that's going to be my last target for today. All right. So there we go. And then I can fill in gratitude here, and I'm going to fill in twinkle lights because it's like one of my favorite things about the Christmas season. And then Advent readings with the kids. And I'm going to actually put down as a victory that Elizabeth said, that she thought Jesus probably wanted us for Christmas. And that was just so sweet. I don't want to forget it. Her daddy was standing right there whenever I asked the question of what does Jesus want for Christmas? Have you ever thought of that? And they like sat there and like tapped their chins, and Elizabeth goes, I think he wants us for Christmas. And you should have seen the look on her dad's face. He's like, that is actually so theologically accurate. And so surprising to come out of the mouth of a 5-year-old. It meant so much. Okay. So lessons. And this one, actually, I don't have something springing to mind right now, because things have been going well. I mean, our house has been a little bit upside down, but there's not really anything I could have done differently. It's literally a matter of how much time there is versus how many things have had to be done. So, but I am going to say that tomorrow, for my lessons, I'm going to say tomorrow really needs to be home, low key. And so what I'm doing right now is just training my subconscious to recognize what is priority for us. And so putting that down as a lesson, it's like, I've learned this lesson before. When I start to feel like, hey, we need a low-key day coming up, definitely make it happen sooner than later. So that's why I'm putting that there. I'm going to write down my seasonal goals, which is a cozy Christmas. I've got these memorized. That's why I only do 3, is so that it's so easy to memorize them and keep them top of mind. So I've got a cozy Christmas. I have to ship the PDF by December 1st, if possible. We gave ourselves some flexibility, but that's coming up. And then I have to finish another project. All right. And then my why for each of these things has lately been just being faithful in the little things. And that's really been just something I've been focusing on lately in all of this, is being faithful in the little things. The Lord has all the big things taken care of, and I just show up and I do my part. Okay, and then movement today. I am going to write down stretching because I can tell my back needs it, and I have not been keeping up with my hydration today. I mean, I know that I have had at least 1 bottle of water, which is 2 of those, but I think I need to do some more drinking today so that's good to kind of check in with that and be like, yeah, I need to prioritize drinking water. Oh, I had another glass of water. Remember that, but I need to prioritize making sure I get hydrated today. All right. So I know coffee doesn't count. If so, that would be filled up a long time ago. All right, so this is my day all planned out, and I'm going to write down here what's coming to mind for the live tonight is overcoming. It's about overcoming imposter syndrome and starting or growing a business. And so I need to remember, I always forget how to spell imposter. That's terrible. Syndrome in starting, growing a business. So this is keeping this in mind for the rest of the day, so I can be thinking about that. And so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to say that I was wanting to sit down and do a bit of a Bible study about this topic. I'm going to write that down there to remind myself of taking the time to do that. I had some thoughts about what the Proverbs said about some of those things that Rachel and I talked about last night while we were preparing for this. So I want to make sure that I've got that done. So I'm using, I use this whole day spread however I need to. I tend to have the same rhythms, but that's what, it's just so flexible. Right now I have not filled out my habits. I might do that later this week, but right now I'm not feeling it, so I'm not going to. But I've got my goals here. I can see it as I'm planning my day. I've got my week agenda. I can see my days in context of that. I've got my top targets for the day and my time block. I've time blocked the rest of the day and made sure that connecting with the kids is going to happen before bedtime. They go to bed early enough so that I can do the work session I need to tonight. And I only have what really matters most this week written down. And I've got these running to-do lists that are stuck in here that I can access at any point, because it's really helpful to have just what tasks are needing to be done and to be able to sort them into any given week. But I'm also not having to just take this super long to-do list, sit down with it and be like, I don't even know where to start. That's not what's going on here. I'm sitting down to get grounded in the next right steps. I'm seeing my priorities for the week, and I'm being able to plan my days in context and translate my quarterly goals into weekly goals into daily choices. And that is the magic of the planner system. If you have any questions, know that you can DM us. We love to answer them, and we can help you figure out what this means for you. Also, remember, happy Cyber Monday. Today is your last chance to get 15% off store-wide. This is our biggest sale of the year, and it ends tonight. So if you want a hub for your brain and you want to be able to translate your goals into daily actions and have a platform that helps you do it while being able to see it all in context and keep top of mind the things that matter most, this planner was literally designed for you. Don't miss the sale. This is your opportunity. So super thankful for you guys. DM us if you have any questions.